skyrockets production.
Orange juice and a blunt for breakfast. While I beat the paper, finna hit the block. About to see
this paper.
Come on now.
Man, run that back one more again.
Come on now. Talk that shit, man.
Orange juice and a blunt for breakfast. While I beat the paper, finna hit the block. About to see some paper.
You know what? One more for good measure.
Come on now.
Orange juice and a blunt for breakfast. While I beat the paper, finna hit the block. About to see some paper.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Juice with a G and Messi. He's free. Oh, you know who else is free? The Wave God.
Facts.
Max B.
Seen that.
Man, they've been trying to get him out for so long, bro. Hey, shout out to the Wave God.
Shout out to the Wave God. Brett is home on my mama.
16 years, bro.
Bro said we going to Morocco. He trying to get to Africa with French, bro. Oh, my mama, cold world.
Hey, on God, because they could go over there, buy a bunch of land, live hella cool. Like, you know what I mean? Get away from all the bullshit. You really could do that.
You know, French Montana got one of them princesses.
Oh, that's his wife, huh?
I don't know if they married yet, but I think they engaged.
Yeah, because he's been sober and like full on in his religion, like full on Wally, bro. You know what I mean? Oh, that means on God. You know what I mean?
Cold world, bro.
Yeah, like Wula means like swear to God or something like that too.
He woke up and he plus he didn't seen the bull crap in the industry. He like, man, I'm not finna be a part of that bull crap.
And he almost died not too long ago. Remember that? He was like he's the same age as me, 1984. And I want to say it was like around like our 38th or 39th year. But he had like a seizure or something like that. He had like a crazy, he was on a tour. Then he was just partying. It was his birthday. And he's like, it's just, you're just going days and days and days, and then it just hit him. And he had like a seizure, had like a major health scare. And that was enough. He was like, fuck that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't remember that, but that's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Everything.
That's why we really, and then he had came through, he dropped the mac and cheese part 5.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like, that was him. Like, he grew his hair all out. You know what I mean? Got the man bun, and he's on the Muslim shit, hella tough now. You know what I mean?
On my mama. Yeah, him and
was hard too.
I like the one with him and Pop Smoke on everything, and then I like the when they come off the plane, it's him and Pop Smoke's partner. I forget the light skinned bro. I forgot bruh's name, but they acting up in the video. They coming off the private jet and they doing the twirl. You know how they, how the dudes do the twirl on my mama. I forgot the name of the song, but that's all that era right there, like early COVID like type shit. Hey, French know what he doing though. He might not be the hardest lyricist, but that motherfucker know how to make music for sure. Music that slap. On my mama.
He said, you out of order. We copping colas, pitching slabs, bending corners, switching cabs. I'm like, who says he ain't the most lyricist? But maybe it's because he be talking that shit. Like the whole Coke Boys wave and all that shit. That was at a certain time in my life. Harry Fraud. Like Harry Fraud's a crazy influence on the production style that I love. You know what I mean?
Come on now.
Yeah.
Top of the morning, King. We got King D in the building.
What's up, King D? Hey, good win, y'all. Y'all fucked us up.
Damn good.
Hey, you want to know a fun fact? Matthew Stafford, the only quarterback in NFL history to have 3 games in a row throwing at least 4 touchdowns without any picks.
Cold world. He's on fire.
You guys on hella fire.
Oh my mama.
And it's funny too, because like you got Jimmy over there too. Right, like I saw clips of like some of the homies going over to chop it with Jimmy. Like Kittle went over there, chopped it with Jimmy.
On my mama.
There's like pictures of them and shit. Cause be Jimmy. Hey, look, man, he just we were winning ugly with handsome Jimmy. You know what I mean? But they went it real pretty with average looking Stafford.
Cold world, bro.
Yeah, and we're not winning Purdy at all, are we?
Purdy look and look at
right now.
And look at Joe Burrow. He ready to come back to practice. They both
after the surgery and everything.
Cold
world, that's what scares me about our Niners organization the most is that we will straight lie. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, he got a toe. It's not that bad. You know, it probably should have been IR from the gate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then he came back, re-aggravated it. On everything. Ain't no telling what they got going on. Them is facts. Damn good win, though, King. Damn good win, bro.
It's kind of crazy, too. I was kind of going through the breakdown of that game. Like, just like, you know, touches-wise and whatnot. Kyron, 14 carries. He got the 2 tugs, 70 yards, whatnot. Then you look at Blake Corum, bro, 13 carries, and he got a lot of those carries early, like the early first half. It's kind of strange a little bit. Like, I hope that's not things to come, like where like they start getting a more of a 50-50 split here. But also was an extreme positive game script for them to just keep running at will and like running down our.
Yeah, I mean, and plus as we're about to be in week 11 going into tonight's game.
Put another thing.
So,
my bad, JD.
No, it's on the good, bro. They want to kind of preserve a little bit of Kyron. You want to be able to keep him a lightweight fresh, you know, going into, you know, once we get into the fantasy football playoffs and their schedule is starting to transition into the postseason.
Yeah, and what they're doing is smart for reality. You know, I'm more concerned like it going away from my Kyron shares, right? But then, and also with that said, pick up Blake Corum because he's some fringe flex work here. Another thing I want to point out is getting Blake Corum like fully acclimated this year. This is so they have the full health of a running back like Kyron. You know what I mean? Because he is built to carry this crazy loading. He has been for the most part the last couple of years. Granted, without not getting some dinged up here. You know what I mean?
No, facts. And then also with the thing with even Blake Corum getting touches is that we seen it in the first Niner game, even though bruh fumbled Kyron, but he was getting the red zone work in the receiving game as well. So when you got Devontae in the red zone, who's commanding a lot of attention, who got 5 TDs, he might have scored. He did score against us 100%. So when you got him doing his thing, Kyron, he's not going to lose too much value, even though he might be losing some carries to Blake. He's still heavily going to be involved in the red once they get in the red zone, and they're going to spend a lot of time in the red zone. Yeah, we did the last 2 years, 15 and 16 TDs. He might not be nowhere there right
he's
now.
He's
still going to have opportunities to score 100%. So they ain't going to
have like 7 on the year right now. He just had another 2.
That's even there. It is there 100%.
Like he's still lightweight pacing. If you think about
still got the opportunity to get to 15, 16 like he done for the last 2 years, 100% on my mama. But when you got
Devontae Adams got a little back. What was going on there with Devontae? Because like they got a really big game against the Seahawks coming up. If I feel like this would have maybe the game was out of hand in their favor. So there's like, all right, Devontae, because it was like a non-con. Remember, he's like running around. He's like, oh
yeah, he was getting off the line of scrimmage and pulled up, grabbing his back.
He be doing hella much at that line, though. That's what makes him so great. That footwork at the line. And
oh, my mama. Before we get into the first topic, y'all, we're going to play a message from our sponsor, neonpeacockmerch.com.
Yeah.
We're going to get into it, man. What's up, Bakes? Top of the morning, big bro.
What up, big Bakes?
Mama, matter of fact, Bakes, one of these stories is in your city, big bro. Oh, my mama. Came across my shit the other day. We'll be right back, y'all. sir. NeonPeacockMerch.com. Go slide over to the website, put your email address in, get locked in. Make sure you get all the alerts for when sales is dropping, flash sales, 100%, Black Friday coming, Christmas coming up, man. Do yourself a favor. Get locked in with the NeonPeacockMerch.com.
NeonPeacockMerch.com got all the dope. Allegedly.
Facts. Hey, this first story, y'all, we've been international since yesterday. We're going to keep it international. We're going to take it to down under. Where we got some, we're going to see how the youth is living their full rap style life, this hip hop style to the fullest, man. Watch this shit.
Young Australians are turning an over-the-counter cough syrup into a potentially deadly party drug. There's now a push to make the medicine prescription only, as a rapper's video reveals just how easy it is to purchase.
We're at Chemist Warehouse right now. I'm going to try and show you guys how easy it is to get Rikodeine.
Rikodeine, an over-the-counter cough syrup sold at most pharmacies.
You got $3 in your account.
Tonight, in the spotlight as part of an alarming trend amongst young Australians.
I said I got a dry cough in my hands.
This Wollongong rapper, who calls himself Fortune, exposing just how easy it is to access the highly addictive drug without a prescription.
Boy, they are lit like a motherfucker, boy.
And they turning up.
Not uncommon for me to hear someone just walk past to ask the pharmacist for Rikodeine, and they look perfectly well. And it's typically a young person or a teenager.
Doctors say they're growing increasingly concerned about the cough being misused by teenagers and young drug. Mixed with soft drink or alcohol and called
they in the motherfucking loft in the downtown, bro. They turned up.
Contains
the video in the loft downtown with the high rises in the background.
Which is actually a compound that is at least as potent as a medication which we all know about, which is codeine. And in the body, it is metabolized to dihydromorphine.
There it is there. So they got Rikodeine. I don't know if it's the activist level or what type of level.
It just said it's as strong as the known codeine, and the body metabolizes it the same way into morphine, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
So which is what that's the high that they get. So it's essentially doing the same exact thing, just might be a synthetic version, like how. You know, how they had synthetic tree for all those motherfuckers that were on probation back in days, right? Like, oh, it doesn't show up in your piss test. Yeah, it doesn't. But they're like, oh, it gives you the same psychoactive properties, which is similar, but not exactly the same. So I guess in this case, the fact that it makes their body metabolize them to the morphine, whatever the fuck you just said, the technical medical term, because that is some heavy duty shit right there. You know, and that's what opioids do. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So I'm wondering if this is some form of opioid, or you know what I mean, or if it had, because obviously he said it didn't have codeine, but
yeah, they
zipping it like lean though.
I'm gonna rewind it to hit where he starts.
Okay, yeah, but bust that back.
Full drink or scissor.
It contains a medication called dihydrocodeine.
It does have codeine.
A compound that is at least as potent as a medication which we all know about, which is codeine. And in the body, it is metabolized to dihydromorphine, which is again a compound that is at least as potent as morphine.
It's difficult to know how widespread the misuse of Rikodeine has become. There's a lack of data on the problem. But safety fears are being sparked by videos like this one with rapper Fortune. Showing it being added to drinks.
He got like 8 cups.
You've been speaking to young people about Rikodeine for a while now.
He is turning
pulled up. Access to
bro, they out here living their best life, bro, on their real rapper shit, bro.
And look at that, it's obviously readily available. So this is a fast spreading epidemic, like they said, because the accessibility is so easy and it's cheap. You know, remember how they used to call cocaine the rich man drug?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because crack was the cheap form, and motherfuckers, you know, people were smoking crack, busting, we all know the ugly history of the crack rock. But like before that, it was like real player baller shit to be doing powder. You know what I mean? and it cost a lot. So they called it the rich man drug. Like if you was hooked on that, you had paper. Right. That's how lean became in the past 15 years.
Well, in my era, so because I'm right after the era that you talked about. So, and when I was 16, 17 years old, we paying $25, $30 for the pure ecstasy. And we're not here talking about promoting the use of drug use or whatnot like that. But drug use has been here for the longest time.
It's part of the American zeitgeist for sure.
100%. And so that's what it was with my era. So now here it is with these young bulls. And then like me and you was talking like early Messy Marv was talking about the drink 100% because Messy was moving down south
on that bobo.
100%, bro. So you like this, the lean shit been around a long time. And then we could take it back to even if our Philadelphia homies, they say they're the ones that started that shit. They beat Texas on saying who started that shit because them Philly dudes said, man, we've been sipping that shit too.
Yeah. And they was on the yellow, supposedly. Like they was sipping the yellow codeine. Then, obviously the purple in Houston. And, and then because, it's all different brands that make variants of this codeine. And this is just another one here, the Rikodeine. Yeah. Is that what it is? That was Rikodeine?
Well, maybe they pharmaceutical industry maybe a little bit different than ours.
That's
or something like that. I don't know. But it's
they
over the counter like
mixing it with the soda and everything.
About like that. Here, let's fire it back up. Shout out to Dropout.
Yeah, shout out to Dropout.
Dropout said it's opioid based, unlike Robitussin, which is not opioid based.
Yeah.
Mix it with red wine, a splash of seltzer water, and a peppermint candy for a nice Christmas festival cocktail. Fuck this shit, bro.
Yes, I'll have the Australian Rikodeine on ice, please.
Come on now. And my dog Bakes got my back. He said allegedly, Jay.
Allegedly.
Come on now. Good looking, good, bro. Let's get through this shit real fast.
Been quite open with me about it. Have talked about how they collect bottles of these, sometimes bring multiple bottles and then mix and sip on that.
Mixing Rikodeine and alcohol, doctors say, can be deadly.
Rikodeine is an opioid and it is a respiratory depressant, so meaning that it slows down your breathing rate. And alcohol is the same, so it slows down your breathing. When you combine the two, you run the risk of slowing down your breathing so much so that you can have brain damage or even death.
The Therapeutic Goods Administration is considering making Rikodeine a prescription medication due to abuse of the drug. But a
how is it over the counter?
Made yet.
It should be as prescription-only medication, and I've been advocating for that for quite some time. However, it seems to fall under the radar and.
Let's stop it right here. Hey, they said that Justin Bieber is the reason why activists is no longer, you know what I mean? So they need the Justin Bieber of Australia to get caught with some Rikodeine, and then they'll be able to ban that shit.
Leak through the cracks, and that's
causes these
ongoing risks.
One drug doctors do want young people in the party scene to keep on hand is naloxone. It temporarily reverses the effects of an overdose and can save a life.
What it is simply a nasal spray that will reverse.
Yeah, it's like a Narcan.
We definitely could stop it right there. But yeah, man, it definitely is an epidemic though, 100%. Because you know what I mean, these motherfuckers, like when they like how you broke it down on how the shit went from dirt cheap to 4,000 a pint, right? You know what I mean? But also when the price shot up on that shit and them dudes that was sipping that shit couldn't buy that shit, they go resort to the cheaper type stuff,
and they
maybe even just resort to just getting that dog food.
That 100%. Boy. Allegedly, right? But see, that's what's fucked up too. Like, I mean, this is some real grimy, like soft underbelly type shit for people that might not be aware. So it might sound crazy, but like back in the days, motherfuckers used to like take them oxycodones allegedly, and they'd base them. You know what I mean? So then the company started making it to where you can't like combust this shit or whatever. You can't melt this.
Right, I remember that.
Right, so then all those fools that were super addicted to smoking this oxy, bro, they start doing H. And then in the last 10 years, you start seeing this uprise in little pockets. Like even where I'm from, you start hearing people. I'm like hearing people talk about there's people strung out on X, Y, and Z. You're like, for real? Bro. Because it's you know what I mean? It weans you to this other shit because now you can't get this fixed like you used to. You know
Trust me, I know. So motherfuckers that I grew up with, that's my age or around my age bracket, bro, like I said, I've been there, I've done that, you know what I mean? Like I said, I was popping them thizzles at 16, 17 years old for like a 7-year run. For like a 7-year run, right? But see, that's a fully, huh?
I was like 14 going to raves, popping straight MDMA, bro. Like
my mama. So like what I'm saying is though, like, right. So luckily I was able to go cold turkey and shake that shit. You feel me? I ain't popped a pill since 04, 100%. Bro. So my thing is like though, right? Motherfuckers, hey. Motherfuckers can't hit shit with the stiff arm and push that shit to the side. You feel me? Motherfucker got an addictive personality or that chemical imbalance. Once that shit hit, it just fuck you over to where you got to have that shit, right? So it's motherfuckers that's my age and even younger that's like, they have to have that extra strong light type shit to relax. You know what I mean? Especially if you didn't start it off while you was young and you know what I mean? You was out there partying with this shit and you was able to use it as a party and realize, hey, I can't fuck with this shit no more. But some motherfuckers can't hit that stiff arm, you know what I mean, and walk away from that shit. This shit, you got to have it, bro, 100%, man.
It's a fact.
And that's the thing about these young bulls on how that access is so easy. Like how we was talking about the young bull last night in Philly. You know what I mean? That's an over-the-counter like type shit. You go get that shit at the sporting goods stores and shit like that. You know what I mean?
They sell them at the smoke shops now. The cans, you go to like there's brands like Galaxy Gas, like, and they come through fat canisters, handles on them with nozzles for balloons and for like your mouth.
And it's at the motherfucking smoke shop.
At the smoke shops, and listen, oh God, I know somebody that allegedly used to have a little brand, and then like, you know what I mean, once because when something's not regulated, everyone's gonna do it until they start regulating that shit. And now these smoke shops there's like, man, you got to go to like some mom and pop shit where you know what I mean, you know they got it because they're not gonna have it out in the open now no more. You know
right.
Remember back in the days on Salvia and like Spice and things of that nature, right? You used to be able to go to smoke shops and buy that shit till Miley Cyrus.
Look, bro, right now in the state of California.
She got on that, what's that thing, on that Salvia, and there's the video of her like all geeking out. And then they I swear to God, it's funny because you get some of them pop stars, them white American pop stars.
It's a wrap.
Let alone international stars like Justin Bieber. I forgot he's from Canada. You know what I mean? You get them, you know what I mean? Where they say, oh my God, this is bad for the children now.
Right. And see, that's the thing though, like, right, we can even take it on another step on some tobacco. In the state of California, you can't have flavored tobacco.
Nope.
But since it's a want for that shit, you don't think some of these corner stores be selling Lucy's and 100%, man. Allegedly. One of these stores in my community, dumb motherfuckers, right? I go through and go get Woods early in the morning. Man, I went a few times. Shelf completely off. I mean, like empty, right? Shit ain't coming to me. I ain't putting 2 and 2 together. I go back a few times, right? But like I said the other night, how the store workers in the community that work at the corner stores, these motherfuckers work outside of the community at the stores. That's how you know motherfuckers got the monopoly on it, right? So I have a store outside the community. He like, bro, I ain't seen you in a long time. Woo woo. I'm like, yeah, man, because I ain't going over there. Y'all ain't got no tobacco. So this is at a different story. He's the one that told me.
Yeah, he's at a different story because they got multiple stores.
Well, see, they got caught selling tobacco to minors.
Oh, that's all bad.
Get up 100%. And see,
when I first moved here, right?
So,
when I first moved here, you know, I'm like, damn, the liquor store is kind of hella far, but for Bogart standards. But the gas station just right here, right down yonder. And they got everything I need too. And I got to pay a couple little dollars more, but fucking for the convenience, right? And then I would always go there. One time I come in there and I said, zigzags. I always say King Zags, pack of backwoods. And he's like, we don't have it. I said, oh, word, okay. Right? Come back the next day, you know what I mean? Same shit. And we don't have it. He's not saying nothing, no. And then Dennis, when I go in there like days later, it's another dude. I said, hey, well, what happened there? Because I noticed on the shelves, everything's gone. He says, we got our license taken away for the tobacco until next year. It was December. So by January, they were back on. But I was like, oh, shit.
Cold
You know
world.
what I mean? But I would imagine they, you know what I mean? Because even me, I go in there, bro, I don't look like I'm not 21. You know what I mean? They ID. The fuck?
So
every
look,
time.
this
I'm
is
like,
crazy.
bro,
So
the
the
other
store,
day.
so the store that got their tobacco taken away, it's right around the corner from another store, right? So
Yeah.
I go in there, they know me. You see, I got the salt and pepper in my shit. They didn't
Yeah,
know
come
me
on.
for 30 years in this motherfucking store.
Yeah.
100%.
Everybody know
right?
me
So
around
cold
this
thing
motherfucker.
is like, right. I go in there, it's the daughter in there that's working this day, right? She like, look, bro, since ain't nobody in the store right now, I ain't gonna ID. But the motherfucking undercover came in here while my mom was working and tried to get her to sell some tobacco without having the cord and being, underage on everything. So they out in this area. But not only like I say that to say this is that also when there's a need for something, especially if it's illegal, we have a ban on flavorless tobacco, whether you want the real Newports or you want some flavored backwoods or some flavored loose leaves and shit like that. You got to go out of state to go get that shit. And motherfuckers do be bringing that shit in, because there's a want for that shit. So when we get to talking about how they banned that activists and shit like that, reason why that shit changed, fucking Justin Bieber, once that motherfucker got caught sipping that shit, and the kids, epidemic. So with this shit that we just seen, being able to go over and get it over the counter is like, whoa.
Like, look at this is how it became. This is how it became at one point. It'd be like, okay, they're not making it no more. These bitches is like 14, 15, all the way up to 2,000, depending on certain things. Like, for example, it'd be like, yeah, I got this joint right now. It's 2 bands. Yeah, where? They got the panties on it? Yeah. That means they got the seal and the plastic is still on it. Right. Because then you might have a seal that's unpopped, but the motherfuckers are slick. They figure out how to open it, chop the bitch down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, world.
So it'd be like real specifics. Like, hey, has it got the panties on it? Yeah. Okay. Because then, like, you can't fake that plastic. It's the little fucking medical shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Specifically for it. You know what I mean? But it's like the difference of that being, say it just fell off on accident and you didn't tamper it. You'd be like, nah, bro, I ain't paying no 2 bands for that. Then next thing you know, it came all the way to like 4 bands, bro. So it's like, this shit was crazy. Then they even came back with it at one point. They're like, man, this shit is a hot ticket in the streets. Yeah. That activist company came back. I think it was after like 4 or 5 years.
Bro, when we go to Mexico, that shit is on the shelf.
On God?
Oh my mama, bro, that shit is. It don't say it like in English. It say it in Spanish, but it look like that label and shit.
Wow,
100%.
That is true though, because like anytime we've been in the TJs, my partner, this one time he went over there and he went to some store and he bought like all kind of antibiotics and shit. And I was like, the fuck? He's like, yeah. He's like, you get everything here. Oh shit.
Oh, my mama.
But he bought like, what's that thing called? Amoxicillin, bro. This fool bought like a bottle of it. He's like, this shit's just good to have on hand, bro. I'm like, you just go buy some amoxicillin.
What's that?
Whenever you have like an ear infection or anything, or any kind of like virus, usually what the doctor, that's like the go-to that doctors usually prescribe people. Here's some, prescribe you some amoxicillin. You like take it 3-4 times a day for 5 days and you'll be good. And like, but the point is like, you can't just pop one and be like, oh, I'm good. You have to follow the regimen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. Maybe people are more adventurous than me, right?
Hey, but yeah, they got it. They got everything down there for what you want. Pause. 100%. Mexico is right, and they got pharmacies everywhere. Oh, everything.
Bro, that Rikodeine is crazy. They're turning
crazy
up.
shit,
And they
bro.
look at their styles different. They put it with a little club soda, splashing some alcohol or whatever it is, red wine.
Yeah, that's even crazier. I ain't never heard about nobody putting codeine in alcohol.
I mean,
like, mom.
You know what's crazy about the codeine though too is like, man, there's, you know what I mean? There's the pick me up goes hand in hand with it. All right,
wow!
Time for a pick me up. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I mean, shit. You gotta jumpstart your heart lightweight. Heart just be not beating, just chilling.
Yeah.
You ever listen to the rappers? The rappers that be sipping hella heavy. They like Draco. Like Draco, the ruler, rest in peace.
Rest in peace,
You know,
Draco.
Draco be like, it's Draco with a Draco. This shit'll get traction. You know what I mean? And they'll turn his shit all the way up. But this motherfucker damn near whispering because, you know, you just lean so hard.
Right.
Lil Wayne back in the days. So whenever now when you listen to some of that music within mine, because they lean. So you know what's crazy about Wayne? He was the type of lean though, he'd be off the wall too, you know what I mean? I mean, wasn't necessarily like a lethargic kind of dude.
He would literally need the kickstand.
You ain't lying.
So hard, I need a kickstand.
He did fall asleep in a ton of interviews back in the day.
Oh, world, bro. Oh,
he used to be smooth in the interview and sleep. I forgot about that shit.
Oh, hey, calling there. Hey, Dropout said it's like the new version of Kool-Aid. What's your flavor? What's your favorite flavor of codeine? Blue? Oh, my mama, that shit blue, red, green, yellow.
The blue Kool-Aid was the shit. When the blue came out in the 90s, it was a wrap. Like,
I do
blue
remember.
now, bro.
Hey, I remember buying the bigger pack of the Kool-Aid because that one was already sugared up. So we used to just go buy that shit and dip our finger in that
thing with some water.
Mama, the small package.
Kool-Aid, Tang, the Nesty iced tea. Those were all the shit back in the day. It's a little powder joints.
Yeah. Even the lemonade, the Country Time lemonade in the little plastic jug, that bitch was fired in a motherfucker.
They were all in the same type of size little woo-wop.
Facts. Bake said never liked pills. All about malt liquor and herbal essence since 16. Talk your shit, bro.
Right.
My mama, I am not mad at you, big bro.
40 ounces of shit.
Come on now. Shout out to Brandon. We got he's on fire in the building. Texans. And then Bake said Bieber and Miley Cyrus, you know their demographic 100%. They definitely can't promote drugs to their demographic. No. But yet over here on this side, we don't give a fuck about what y'all do. Oh, my mama, it's cold out here, bro. 100%.
You ain't lying. And it's like they get so shocked because if you think about it, like the opioid epidemic, bro, for the longest in my lifetime was always from the white communities, bro. And when it really, at least like where I grew up, you know what I mean?
Right.
It was like, you know what I mean? It went until like until really like the lean sipping era was like really in full effect, bro. Because you know the lean sipping shit was like regional. You know what I mean? When it started coming out our way, you know, I'm probably like out of high school at that point for sure. I ain't never encountered no lean or nothing. We used to, I remember when we were some dumbass kids, we did a robo roll. You know what I mean? Where you drink a Robitussin and DM a whole bottle to the dome and you just smoke some weed and see colors and shit and pass out.
Oh,
yeah, that's exactly how it was for me. My experience, I did it the one time. I was like, oh, that shit's whack. I ain't doing that shit. Yeah, see, that's the thing for me. If I like some shit, I'll be like, that shit cool. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if I don't like it, I'm straight. Shit is whack.
My mama.
I was like, Robo, they're like, it's like scissor, bro. Like, remember been in 1999? Sipping on some scissor. Like, no, this is not no codeine. But see, going back though, too, I was a child. I had walking pneumonia twice as a kid. Once when I was in 3rd grade, once when I was a teenager, bro.
I didn't know that.
Back then, they give you promethazine with codeine, bro. That was, they just give you promethazine with codeine. Take a teaspoon, motherfucker was loaded. Don't even know it. You just go sleep. Hella good.
Like
the strict when it was you know, when you're giving kids narcotics, it was like there was a strict regimen. You know what I mean?
Itty bitty little tap full of the cup, and the cup is way smaller than an adult property.
You don't have this kid withdrawing next week and shit. You know what I mean?
My mama. But you know the pills, like motherfuckers in my community, they've been getting high off. I mean, relaxing off motherfucking muscle relaxers and shit like that for a long time, right?
Yeah,
but like how you said about the fucking the sipping area, that's when I really started hearing about motherfuckers liking to relax off the oxys. It's another motherfucker I forgot that
Perks,
they like.
Narcos.
Narcos is a muscle relaxer, ain't it?
No, it's an opioid painkiller.
Oh yeah. I've been hearing about them for a long time.
Narcos, oxys, fucking perks, bikes.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's all the same. It's all the same family essentially.
Oh, my mama.
And then now you have the most ultimate creeper, and that's what's scary with these kids these days. It's like they be on the fake pills, bruh. Which was highly possible that there's fent in the motherfuckers because not even just that. Like, see, before you assume, oh, maybe things are contaminated with fent because in the baths, is I'm saying that right? VATH, bath. and the vats they mix them in might be, but I'm like, nah, hell no, they're just putting that shit in there now because it's highly addictive. And they want these motherfuckers coming back.
Whole world.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the most crooked
epidemic, but that's all pharmaceutical shit. The pharmaceutical industry is one of the biggest industries in the world. That shit ain't gonna never go nowhere. And here in America, they rather push pills on you than to find other methods of trying to, you know what I mean? 100%. So that's a whole.
You know, we'll probably see a larger transition within the next 20 years from the cannabis industry, because like, you know, that until the cannabis industry starts to rival or maybe even defeat the pharmaceutical as far as how much money it grosses, then the pharmaceutical companies are like, all right, we need to get into this marijuana shit. You know what I mean?
100%.
Because pharmaceutical companies, they're specialized in making synthetic versions of the shit anyway. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like, you know, everything originates from something natural at first, penicillin, all this shit, and then eventually it makes synthetic versions of it, right? Like, you know, you know, and maybe that's what the universe is telling us, but too much non-natural shit might not be the way.
Hot over pills, man. Oh my mama. Dropout said no one cares about crack when all the blacks are smoking it, but once Corey Haim, Robert Downey Jr., and Charlie Sheen, Drew Barrymore start doing it, now cops want to put 100%
that's a fact. Dropout.
Getting off the streets.
I forgot Iron Man. Before Iron Man was Tony Stark, but he was on the pipa.
And that's what Bake said. When it hits the gated community, everyone makes it an epidemic. Oh my mama.
Yeah, and you know, shout out to my man Johnny Mittens. You know, he grew up in he grew up in Connecticut and then moved when, you know what I'm saying, as a teenager to Denver. And he said, and you know, one of the similarities from the groups of kids he was kicking it was that these kids will just go into the parents' medicine cabinet and take all kind of shit because parents was relaxing. Quaaludes, fucking Vikes, Perks, whatever the fuck that, you know, prescription shit.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Not to mention how crafty kids are too. Like before, when the scripts, if you had a motherfucker with a script, it was a wrap. You could sell a script for like $1,000.
It was a cold word.
Yeah, because you could refill that shit like once or twice or whatever the script said, right? You know, motherfuckers would sell that shit for $1,000, and then, you know what I mean? Like, probably even more. Who knows? I'm just saying, people find a way. And then not to mention before, like, you know, when you go back to the 90s, bro, like Kurt Angle, the wrestler, he said he was highly addicted to pain pills at one point, and he's an Olympic gold medalist, and he didn't get on this until he started wrestling, right? So now, and he's doing like 50 pills a day. So he said he'll get a prescription from the doctor, go to a pharmacy, fill the script, go to another one, fill the script again, keep doing that until one of them goes, oh no, this has already been filled, because it would take a little while to get into whatever system it was. You know what I mean? Because it was in the 90s where it's still paperwork, and he just had this paper script. You know what I mean? Yeah, the doctor said, I need this. You know what I mean? And then he'd be loaded up for like a month. And then, you know, he'd go back, oh, you know, my shoulder, I need another prescription. The doctor says, sure. And you do the same thing again, bing, 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 ping-ponging around. And when you're a wrestler, in this case, you're on the road like, you know, 300 days a year. So he had it down. He said he had a map, all the different pharmacies and which ones he didn't go to, and all. And they're going state to state, just traveling via car. So he just you know what I mean? And it's crazy how addicts, look at the amount of effort an addict will put in to get in their fix, right? It's like a job. You know what I mean?
100%.
Opioids make motherfuckers slaves to it, bro. Do they put that in the category of controlled substance? Because I know like controlled substances like the chow mein and things of that nature, you know, DT, you know, things like that, right? Do they put the opioids in there? Or is it because I'm like, yo, that shit is the most controlling shit I've ever seen people be under the spell of, you know what I mean?
Them is facts.
Unfortunately.
Them is facts.
Yeah, hey, man, don't do drugs, y'all.
Please, 100%, bro. On my mama, man. This shit ain't no good, bro. It's all good, bro. Yeah, that shit ain't no good, man. 100%. That shit'll take control of your whole motherfucking life. I'm born and raised in a trap house, bro. 100%. I was born before they started rocking that shit up. 100%. So once they started rocking that shit up and how it affected my community, bro, I seen that shit from a little itty bitty big boy until where we at right now, and how motherfuckers, it's about the story we talking about, these drugs, bro, how that shit control your whole motherfucking life and the effects that it has on your family and the community. 100%. So yeah, we got to be careful on my mama. Dropout said, You guys might like a documentary called Cocaine Quarterback on Prime Video. On my mom, I'm finna write that down right now, big bro. Give me 2 seconds. Cocaine Quarterback. Oh, yeah. Cocaine QB. Oh, Baba. Prime. Amazon Prime. Oh, my mama. Bake said, do you guys see Mighty Joe is back at? Yeah, facts, bro.
Yeah.
My mama. Bruh said,
mighty.
fuck that.
You know what's pretty cool? This, like they said, they're hoping December, right? So now we all, as Joe Burrow rosterers, we got to go ahead and root like shit for the Bengals to at least win a couple of these games so we can actually get Mighty Joe back for the fantasy playoffs.
Facts.
And listen, I know some people might go, oh, so you just throw Joe Burrow right in your lineup if he plays? Fuck yeah.
Come on now, that's what we drafted him for. Oh my mama.
I mean? He's throwing at Chase and Higgins, and he's Mighty Joe. Fuck that.
This next story, this gonna be some comedy. It's serious, but it's some comedy. It got to deal with some more drugs. We're going to the beautiful state of Wisconsin in the beautiful city of Milwaukee. And Brad, hey, what?
It's pronounced Milwaukee.
Come on now, this shit is funnier than a motherfucker, Brad. Watch this shit, dog. Whole world out here.
Milwaukee neighborhood.
FBI.
A shocking wake-up call today in what's typically a quiet Milwaukee neighborhood.
FBI agents with guns drawn during a raid at a River West home. 12 News' TJ Dysart is joining us live tonight near Pierce and Center. TJ, a chaotic morning for neighbors there.
Yeah, Deanna, one neighbor calling it a scene out of a movie. One of the men seen in handcuffs speaking exclusively with 12 News after his release this afternoon.
It's a quiet Wednesday morning at this River West neighborhood at Pearson Center. That is, until the FBI shows up.
It was a large bang.
Flash grenades, federal agents, and a large armored vehicle swarming around this home just before 7:30 a.m.
There's the bang of the flash grenade, and I look out the window, and there's 5 red dots on my face.
That's 35-year-old Ryan Porter, one of the men at the center of this raid, talking one-on-one with...
Hey, that motherfucker said, I wake up and it's 5 red dots on your head.
Face.
Oh, it's a red dot on your head. Oh, it's a red dot on your head. Oh, shit. Hey, rest in peace to Biggie, bro. Oh,
yeah, man, rest in peace to Biggie, man.
Hours after agents hauled him away.
Walk downstairs, and there's guns everywhere.
You can see him here, hands in the air. Later in this video, handcuffed. He says he was driven away to the FBI field office in St. Francis.
I think this is a little excessive, you guys, but I mean, come to find out, they did a bunch of raids this morning because they are trying to knock down this network of narcotic dealers, traffickers, and things like that.
Porter says agents questioned him for nearly 7 hours before letting him go.
They didn't charge you with anything.
No, they told me they didn't have any.
You hear that, bro? This is key right here. He got interrogated for 7 fucking hours. They had a warrant to hit his motherfucking house. This is the FBI, and they let him go. Watch this. This is the viral moment right here, y'all.
Indictment against me. They were tapping my phone for 6 weeks.
They told you that?
They told me they were tapping my phone and they were surveilling my house on Center Street for like 6 weeks.
Check out this neat pile they left everything in.
Porter showed us this video of the aftermath of his home after he says agents searched for drugs.
Even though I told them the code to my safe, they blasted it open.
When we asked Porter if he's ever sold drugs, he didn't hold back.
So you don't know of any drug selling?
Yeah, I sell weed. Yeah, so a little cocaine.
But says he isn't who the FBI is really after.
Also weed.
Back.
So you don't know of any drug selling?
Yeah, I sell weed.
That's it.
Yeah, so a little cocaine.
But says he isn't who the FBI is really after.
So you're innocent then, basically.
I mean, more or less. Like I'm small potatoes.
All right, TJ, a lot to unpack here in this interview. Did FBI agents...
I ain't have nothing but a couple of 3 5s and 7s.
Hey, my dude is a fucking fool. He said, yeah, I sold some motherfucking weed. Yeah, I didn't supply some motherfuckers to go skiing. But I'm a small fry. That shit is hilarious, bro.
And he got released. I feel kind of proud of Brett. I feel like after 7 hours, he kept it all the way funky. Like, listen, I don't know anybody, I might have done this a little bit before. You guys got the wrong house. He might have said the wrong things on the phone a couple
Hell no, they ain't got the wrong house. That motherfucker just admitted on local news that he be booming 100%. They must have thought that motherfucker. They must have thought that motherfucker had some more than what they expected or something.
Yeah.
But they said that. So when I cut the story off, the anchor asked the field reporter, "Well, did they say what they found in that motherfucker?" And they was like, "Nah, they didn't say what they did or didn't find 100%." So why did they let his ass go?
Because they found nothing.
Cold world.
And it's like, if you found some paper, what they gonna do? Make you take the paper, make force you to explain the paper. Bruh might not even had anything. Bruh might even had like heirlooms or something in that safe. You know, when people have a safe, they're not, you know, it's not always like the movies where people, they might just have something, a safe that they want to keep like a family heirloom safe in. You know what I mean?
Your paperwork, your passport, your
passports, maybe some birth certificates.
Motherfuckers don't believe in safety. Motherfuckers don't believe in safety deposit boxes. Motherfuckers don't believe in the bank.
Yeah, there's people that just, this is how they do it, right? This is how they might have been, you know what I mean? So they blow bros. He's even said, "I'll give you the code for it." Why would you forcefully give the code, right?
100%.
If you had something, if you didn't have anything in there that you were trying to hide.
Cold world, bro.
Okay, here's the code. Nope. We brought these charges for a reason. Go ahead, blow it. They wanted to do some raid shit. Fuck it. Got flash grenades. They're all excited, huh? We're moving in, fellas. Let's do it. Right? They're excited.
Hey,
they're like the first raid.
Oh my brother. Bro, I haven't been in a raid myself, but I seen the aftermaths of the raid. After the raid, back in the days, them motherfuckers would them motherfuckers would break out the big ass cigars after they didn't crack the house.
Oh,
That's
right
celebration. Look, bruh, 100%. So look, I just said this is the FBI. They had bruh under surveillance for multiple weeks, tapped his phone, sitting there watching, you feel me, and then go up in the bitch, just like the way you said, with all the big trucks and all this shit, and then let him go. And they did multiple raids in the neighborhood, it said.
That's crazy too, because it's like they found out they're just, it might, especially if it's like some tree, right? It's like, okay, what? Maybe you got some people sending it from, you know, one of these legal states, you know, or these neighboring states. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
great
segue. Why the feds though, right? Like that means that they and the feds are almost rarely off their mark when they, you know what I mean? Like they don't execute, they don't orchestrate and then execute a massive string of raids if they don't feel like they got all these guys. What's the conviction rate, bro, for the D's?
Come on now, you know what it is. It's
like oh damn near 100%.
It's 98 on my mama.
98%. There it is. I was just asking because I was about. That's all I had. I was in the ballpark.
Damn near
100%. 98.
Shout out to Miss Sharon, aka the Chocolate Writer. Shout out to the Ignorant Thinkers podcast. She dropped that right there on the Saturday show we did. 100%. And that shit, it was a whole waste of time. But since we got this story saved, we might hear something about it later on. You never know. 100%, bro.
Yeah.
And that was a damn good segue about maybe shipping it out somewhere, because the next story we finna do, like I told Bakes, this is the next story gonna be in his city, and that's a damn good thing how you brought this shit up. Let me catch up in the comments. Watch this shit, bro. Shout out to Bongs a lot.
What up, Sir Bongs?
Bong said, "Damn, they just cut my boss's job and walked him out. He put in 39 years and they did him dirty. It's cold-blooded." Wow.
Damn.
I seen one of my bosses do that.
Why
came with the
do you think they, instead of forced retirement, maybe they fire him because they don't want to, it's like before, like, you know, retirement or something kicks in? Like 39 years is a long time. That should happen.
Oh, my mama, like they did that to my boss, bro. So since we government employees, bro, they had to come with the sheriff's department. I work for the city. They didn't come with city police. They came with sheriff
out to get them about
it. Give me your badge, and we escorting you off the premises. I didn't see this shit happen, but shit.
Yeah,
like,
but of course everybody's gonna talk.
My mama, it's cold, bro.
Yeah, damn, bro.
On my mama. Top of the morning, Tino.
What's up, team leader?
Hey, top of the morning, Peacock.
Gaga.
Peacock said, "Man, I love this guy." Hey, bro, he kept it a beat.
Hey, he's like, listen, it might be just a little bit of cocaine. He said he was really proud of the weed part, though. Fuck yeah, I stole some tree.
Come on now. Oh,
the
my
fuck?
mama.
He said, the fuck you think this is?
Hey,
They're gonna raid me for no reason.
Hey, we gonna make him viral. I'm gonna make a short. I'm gonna make the, I'm gonna make the clip, but I'm gonna try and make bruh viral on my mama.
Let's
He
go.
came with a bean.
You know what I mean?
Peacock says small potatoes. Facts. You ain't never lied, big bro. He was
Right?
not the El Chapo of Milwaukee. Not at all.
He's a small fry, small potatoes. You know what I mean?
Man, that motherfucker
knee high to a small fry.
Hey, he's still selling nickel bags. Oh my mama.
All right, but here's the thing though. He might be the one that's getting a piece off of every nickel bag sold. If there's a nickel bag sold in the park, I won't in on it.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you like this. Fuck being Costco, man. Be 7-Eleven. I understand my dogs that's been Costco wholesale. Trust me, I know. Look, I come from this shit. Look, but I understand.
Yeah.
Hey, 7-Eleven, man, it's a reason why they got multiple chains throughout the whole country.
They're gonna bust it
down and sell it by a single 100%. Hey, let's get to the next topic, y'all. 100%. Shout out to Peacock. Like it's a smash that motherfucking button, man. Oh my mama. Fucking A. Let's get to this next one, y'all. We're gonna go to the beautiful state of California, to the beautiful city of Bakersfield. Shout out to my dog Bakes, man.
Yeah, man.
This
Shout out
is
to
a
Big
cold
Bakes.
story. Oh my mama. Like how my dog said about sending that shit, man. They thought Brad was sending that shit. He might have been the plug. These motherfuckers right here, though.
Somebody's catching the back shoulder fade.
Look at these motherfuckers right here. These motherfuckers is a one-stop shop. They are the producers and the motherfucking distributors, dog. Cold world. Bakes. I hope you still in here, big bro. Okay, let's get into it, y'all.
Yeah, shout out to Bakes.
Shout out to Bakes, man. 100%. That's a good one right here, boy. Excuse me, y'all.
The Kern County Sheriff's Office says a large residential methamphetamine conversion lab was dismantled. I'm Maddie Fulmer, your Bakersfield neighborhood reporter, and here's what we know so far. On October 30th, the Kern County Sheriff's Office and KC Haida Task Force executed a search warrant at a home on Ryan Noel Court near Meadows Field. They found and seized about 954 pounds of meth and over 2,700 pounds of meth in liquid form.
I would say it's because I, in my younger career, worked in narcotics, and if you had a 5 or a 10 pound methamphetamine case, you had a huge case. This is 1,500 pounds, 1,000 pounds. This one was 957 pounds. This is an enormous amount of narcotics that are killing our youth.
3 suspects, Christian Castro, Kimberly Lopez Garcia, and Jesus
meth.
Felix Castro,
That's crazy work.
99 were about
Unintended.
of meth. 2
Hold on,
other
let's rewind
suspects
that
is what
right
about
there. Look how
I talked over that part.
Castro were stopped on Highway 99 with about 10 pounds of meth. 2 others, Fastos Iswata Beltran and Casimirio Violante Lopez, were arrested at separate locations. All 5 faced multiple charges, including manufacturing, possession for sale, transporting drugs, maintaining a drug house, and conspiracy.
And see, look, so where they at, right? And,
Yeah,
and
the
the sheriff
99.
gonna break it down right now on how you was just talking about maybe getting on the road and shit, Bog. 100%. Listen to this shit.
Graphically, Kern County is at the hub of 99, I-5, 58,
It's now
14,
gonna
and the
get
15 going east,
transnational.
which makes us a prime target for distribution.
The sheriff's office says a large.
So look, bruh, 2,700 pounds of liquid meth, 900 pounds all ready to go, and then they get pulled over with 10 P's. It's like, whoa.
I heard they also do with the liquid woo-wop. There's even other forms where they make it look like some glass tiles, bro. And then these motherfuckers will just have it like it's some glass tiles, like some construction worker shit. You know what I mean?
So I got a story saved for us back in Australia. I want to say it's Australia, where they work at a beer thing. You know, the beer distribution type place, and you got to go take beer to the stores and shit.
Okay,
the motherfucking owner of the distribution or the general manager or something tells his employee, yeah, go ahead, get a 6-pack. It's all good. Bro, half of it's beer and half of it's liquid meth in the 6-pack, and it was a whole bunch of other. That motherfucker drunk it, and he ended up passing away off that shit. May he
and then it fucked up their whole little fucking underground shit. I bet.
So what happened was the beers got imported from somewhere, and because this is a third-party distribution, so all they had to do was just go deliver the beer to the store or whatnot. They had shit. I got the story, bro. My mama.
Wow.
Cold world, bro.
Yeah, bro was just trying to have a brew.
Bro.
And he had a cup of tea instead.
Oh, liquid meth. It was 50-50. 50% beer and then 50% meth.
Well, cause see, and then also I would imagine with the liquid form, whatever they're getting it across to, they might even still process it again into glass or whatever the fuck. Who knows? My point is though, is like when they said about it being easily transnational because you have all the interstates right there. So they're just going up and down this motherfucker. You know what I mean? And
then like how he said the 58. The 58 is like how we was talking about the drive to Vegas. That's the Tehachapi thing. You take the 58 to get on the 15. The 15 and start taking your ass
all
north,
the way to Vegas.
The fucking Utah and all that shit up there. Oh yeah, cold world, bro.
Yep, Arizona.
Or go down south. Go down south, take the 15 down south and start here in Arizona and all that shit.
Yeah. And like bro, that shit just Cartesi all written all over.
Hey, look, bro, come on now. 100%.
Like that's Cartesi all over.
900 already cooked up.
You know what's so crazy? I'm
liquid.
from San Jose, where you remember we were talking about raids and shit?
Yeah.
And then I've never experienced being in a raid, thank God.
Me neither, thank God.
But I definitely, one of my best friends, shout out to A1. I've always
shout out to A1
a bunch of times. His dad was like a guy, and we didn't know it when we were growing up. You know what I mean? His dad was a guy whipping up the thief. And then once we started catching on to it, it was like a couple years later, and then they raided the shit out of them. But see, he lived right by our high school, where Tino lives at, right across the street. And Tino brother-in-law, he know which dude I'm talking about too. This is my man. Shout out to A1. I don't want to say his actual name. But we were seniors, bro. We were just coming home from high school. We used to kick out his house because it's right there by the school. So, you know what I mean? And we're walking through his house and you see the D's everywhere. And he just jets off running. You know what I mean? So I ran after him. Huh?
Pops did?
No, I'm talking about my mans. Because he's like, I think they're, first of all, for context, on this street, the street's called Silver Creek Road. On the motherfucking street to the left, there's cul-de-sacs that are in that neighborhood, but there's access from the wall on the sidewalk, so you can walk through from the street. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So we just see these motherfuckers are everywhere, and you see the plainclothes guys, but they're wearing the FBI or the DEA fucking the little vests, and they were everywhere. And my man just started running like he knew, like, oh shit, that's my house, bro. So and then I run after him. When I got up there, my man was already on the ground. They put me on the ground. They were fucking his house up. Got his dad, hella shit. But they found hella shit. It wasn't like they weren't wrong on that one. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
They busted hella shit. Went up in there with the fucking, what's that thing? The Juggernaut? Or the battering ram shit.
The battering ram.
The whole door, it was like a double doors. The whole shit was off the panel, everything. And then, you know what I mean? They immediately let me go. It's like, oh, this is my friend. You know what I mean? But we're hella young. Like, oh, shit. You know what's crazy? Even though my man, his nickname is A1, super straight. He's the only one that never did no kind of nothing. You know what I mean? He's seen it happen to all his family. You know what I mean?
Come on now, 100%.
That fool is super clean, super straight.
Wake your motherfucking game up, 100%.
Yeah.
Facts.
That's a fact. And his dad did some real time, too.
Bruh, trust me.
You know what I mean?
Trust
we was young.
Cold
and
work.
you know what was so crazy though? It's like his dad was like, you'd have all kind of rental cars, just give us a car. Go ahead. You guys get out of here. Here's some money.
My mama.
You know what I mean? Like, get out of here, like for real. Here's some money. I go, okay, yeah.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Bending the block, rentals and shit, Lincolns and shit.
Come on now, 100%.
You know what I mean?
Bake said that's the Oildale area. They've been cooking over there for 40 years. Young Blood just wanted to bust them or publicity, there's a lot more waiting to get rated, allegedly. Cold world, bro.
Damn.
100%.
You know, it's funny because my first thought process of like, I've drive through Bakersfield before. I've stopped off in a little like throwback dispensary back in the days, right? It's by 2011. Outside of that, I don't really have no real inkling of how it goes down in Bakersfield outside of like what Bakes tells me. You know what I mean?
No,
so like when I'm thinking of like, you know, a lot of farmlands and areas like rural, like kind of rural-ish areas, real football town. You know what I mean? You know, and it's still what is that? That's not the inland. It's right outside the inland heights.
Right outside. That's right there before you start going up to the grapevine. But it go down out there because you know they got the red and the blue out there, and then also
they do.
You got the.
And I didn't start realizing that until I actually met Banks. I'm like, oh shit!
You got the Latin brothers and sisters that got their own communities and shit. Like it go down, bro. 100% on my mama. You know what I mean? Cold world.
And the places that you might think is quiet or rural areas, this is the perfect spots for them Cartesians to go and manufacture shit like that. Like, you know, you don't want to do it. You don't want to be right under their nose, right? You want to be out of sight, out of mind. You know what I mean?
Man, and this California, man, so it's a want for that shit, bro. you know, bro, this is the beautiful state of California.
The capital.
Yeah,
you know what's crazy? Filipinos claim the famous. They're the ones that created that shit, bro.
Is that right? I think I heard you say that before.
Yeah, like that shit has always been the epidemic in the Philippines, and like, you know what I mean? You know, but also you could say, you know, Hitler's army, because they were putting them all on meth.
Cold world.
Hitler's forces. You have these motherfuckers, and they had there was a certain regiment to it. So like the ones that were like the frontliners, they got high dose because you need them out there. Ah! You know what I mean?
Come on now.
Then the ones on the second waves, they still had a dose too, not as high as the first ones though. There was like a method to this shit.
Yeah, the first.
Look at that. Pun intended. There's some meth in that shit.
Hey, the first wave was the crash outs.
Yeah.
Let's go send them first. Get them amped up all the way.
Get them all amped up because you know there's probably like a little low percentage that waves. You know what I mean? This for us is let them know we ain't playing. You know what I mean? Send that first wave, even they mow them down.
Hey,
they're gonna put in some work.
Mag unit came through and went through my shit when I was busted. Oh, my mama, boy, they'll tear a patch out your shit, bro. Hey, I seen them at work when they came with it. So when they go have a planned bust, so where I was stationed at, that's where some of the mechanic shop. We got two mechanic shops, one south, one north, right? So what they'll do is before they go hit the house, they'll get that motherfucker all tuned up and shit, the big army looking tank like type thing that got battering ram on the end of the like hub like type. So
the little juggernaut woo wop or whatever.
Bro, they'll bring that motherfucker to get tuned up. So if you see that motherfucker in the yard, that's how you know they finna go hit a house.
Like, oh no, someone's finna get hit, B.
Bro, I seen them up. So I got to work start at 6. So I get to the park about 6:30. Bro, about 15 minutes later, here come that motherfucker bend in the corner. Boom! Tear a house up, bro. About 7 o'clock. Wake your motherfucking game up 100%. Shout out to tomorrow's show. Pull up tomorrow for Wake Your Game.
Wake your game up. And you know, that's usually when they do when they do run up in somebody Jones. You know what I mean? When they run up in somebody Jones, it'd be like middle of the night or like, you know what I mean? Or and plus they would probably know the motherfucker's schedule, like, all right, he always asleep this time of day. Or this, 6 in the morning, he's always asleep or getting home. Bang. That's when we hit. You know what I mean?
That's from them doing their reconnaissance, aka
exactly.
Everything. Not like the motherfuckers in Milwaukee that was tapping phones and sitting on bruh house and then let his ass go. Hey, it's a cold world out here, man. Oh my mama. Facts. Bake said, when Mufasa is describing Simba's kingdom in The Lion King, Oildale is the land where the light doesn't touch. LOL, it's been getting better, but it's used to be a sundown town. Cold world.
Damn.
The Wild Wild West.
In a sunny ass place like Bakersfield, too.
And then Bong said the dude I've known my whole life is the one that pointed the finger, aka Ratatouille. Oh my mama. This shit cold, bro. Oh my mama. Tino said conspiracy. What's the conspiracy? LOL. They thought they were making the meth. Turns out they were right. Oh, hey, look, bro. They are a one-stop shop, bro. For them to have almost almost 4,000 pounds of combined ready to go and wet to be dried out. I don't know the process. Please forgive. No. Hey, I don't want to know the process. But they one-stop shop. You know what I mean? And when you working with almost 4,000 pounds and you get caught with 10 on the road with you, it's like, yeah, that's a big organization right there. You know, they was getting a whole lot of money. 100%. Ain't no telling if they was reporting to somebody or if they was just, you know, rose up to be the what's my boy name in Breaking Bad on my mind. You know what I mean? 100%. But yeah, you know, California, it is a want for that shit. But here it is. We just damn near all 3 stories was all drug stories. They was 100%, and that just shows you that, like, look, bro. It's an epidemic out there. The first story, it got to deal with the youth on how they taking some over-the-counter shit, but over here, that shit got banned, but it didn't stop the use of this shit. But we seen the effects of how it's fucking up the youth and how they is 100% by not being able to get a hold of that shit because it costs too much, and they got to go be forced to go get some other supplements of that shit, and it fucked them up, dog. 100%. Like, I've had cousins that's been strung out on meth. 100%. You know what I mean?
That one's ugly, bro. The meth one.
Bro, that shit'll fuck your face up. It'll fuck your teeth up. 100%. You'll get swolls on your arms and motherfucker slamming meth. You know what I mean? It's like, look,
that shit crazy.
There's chemicals in that shit. Like, look, bro. And like, if you like the Vice, I think it's on Vice or it might be on the Nat Geo where they go do they go like to certain little regions of the country.
It was on Vice. I seen that. I know what you're talking about.
And they'll interview the motherfuckers that use the drugs, the motherfuckers that sell the drugs, and then the police, right? But these motherfuckers is like in Tennessee or somewhere, right? In the middle of the motherfucking woods. And it's some motherfucking hillbillies.
They cooking, bro.
Bro, they was cooking, but this motherfucker is taking out a AA motherfucking battery, unwinding that motherfucker, and putting the lithium or whatever, some shit that was in the battery to make the meth. I'm like, oh my goodness, are you fucking serious, dog?
It's crazy because like it's nothing natural about that. Yeah.
Not at all. It's a cold world out here, dog. Oh my.
Yeah, I wonder what's the origin of phetamine? Because phetamine is what the shit that gets you like going. Like they'll put when you have like Dayquil and like Sudafed and things of that nature. There's phetamines because it gets you going. You know what I mean? That's what this is Dayquil. You know what I mean? You drink a NyQuil, got that other shit that's gonna knock you down. You know what I mean?
Well, shit, when I was a young kid, my older cousins and older motherfuckers that was homies and shit like that, some of them motherfuckers over the counter, no-goes. You used to get the no-goes over the counter and you up 100%. Same type of bullshit. And now you could go buy that at the fucking little liquor store. 100%.
Yeah, bro. That you know what that is? That's just like super low grade speed.
Cold world.
Which is essentially a form of amphetamine, you know what I mean?
100%.
Like, back in this, I got some speed. You know what I mean? When you watch the old television shows and shit.
Oh, my mama.
And then the drug dealers, I got some speed, bro. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, he's just selling some form of amphetamine, you know what I mean?
Oh, word.
Like, yeah, but it's just funny because like you used to be able to get shit, all kind of shit like that. Like, say, like you had like I wonder what they would prescribe someone that has like narcolepsy, right? Like legit. Like, do you need some kind of amphetamine now? So you're just not just all of a sudden gnawing off. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Like, is there, because there has to be, the reason I'm saying this is like, the reason they make these things is because there's medical needs for it at one point or another, right?
Right.
And then people take it and use it for recreational shit, and then they take it and they go whop it in other ways. Like I'm there's levels to it. Like, there's
you just gave the best analogy, like when you had the ammonia when you was a kid. It was a specific thing for that medicine, 100%.
Yeah, and like that was what's crazy too, is because now, like, okay, unfortunately, my son he had pneumonia a couple times, and it was lightweight but still liquid in the lungs is described as pneumonia. I had walking pneumonia. That was some heavy shit. I mean, but like, and so I asked the doctor. I go, because they basically just prescribed him something to help some antibiotics to help get the fluid up out of his lungs. But there was nothing to relax him from his cough or anything, you know, because he was wheezing, you know, and that's why they used to give the promethazine with codeine back in the day.
Right.
But that's pretty extreme though, right? And that was only the 90s and in the early 2000s, you know what I mean? Like when I you know, because I remember by the time I was a freshman and I had pneumonia, you know, that shit knock you down for like a week. You know what I mean? And you're on this regimen. And I remember that codeine was just like, oh shit, this is what that scissor is. I didn't know to put in no soda or nothing like that, but you know, you take a teaspoon and you just, whoa. But then I'd be, you know, you're at home trying to play video games, trying to stay up. You're like, oh shit, you feel all fuzzy. And then next thing you know, you just got to lay it down. But see, that's the point of the high though. It's not falling asleep because then you're just,
I mean, so when I was a young bull in when I first started getting allergies, they would give me Benadryl.
Yeah, Benadryl had me fucked up in my head. Man.
It didn't put me to sleep.
Foggy.
Yeah, it'll put me to sleep. You know what I mean? But I know motherfuckers that go buy a whole bunch of Benadryls, and like how you just said, the point of the high is trying to fight off the fucking high.
Yeah, trying to fight off the sleep, right? So you could be conscious for the fucking effect.
It's a cold world out here, bro. Oh my
Hey, look, man, I'm never gonna blame anyone for their reasoning for why they need to escape for a moment, momentarily. But I would say I would emphasize momentarily because ultimately, so like, look, you know me, I'm blow every day, man. Boys. And like on Saturday, I was a little down for the count because I wasn't feeling kind of well, and I just didn't blow. And you know, it was crazy. I was like, then I was super blowed yesterday morning, right? The moment I fired up, and I was like, I just thought to myself, oh shit. You know what I mean? You know, never realized just, you know, how much, like I have a super level of focus in my mind. Like I feel like I do, right? So it's like, no matter how much level of distortion I force myself through, I'm still on point. But you never realize like, oh shit, imagine if I wasn't always distorted. You know what I mean? And like distorted as in like, you know, just getting turned. You know what I mean?
Come on now.
Yeah, because the flower is medicine.
100%.
You know what I mean?
POP, bro.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
POP.
But I'm just talking about everything in you know, all together. You know what I mean? Just partying, like especially just this year's been hella fun. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, it's just been like celebrations. You know what I mean? But you know, it takes a toll on it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I'm in the lab, you know, with the partners, you know, we busting things down. You know what I mean? Not even necessarily getting some work in. It was just because, you know, we had to move some shit up out this other room. You know what I mean? So anyways, but then, you know, we're drinking tequila heavy. You know what I mean? And we're all night with it. Then I crash out, boom, AC's on, wake up, I'm all wounded. You know what I mean? Just drinking water. And then like everybody was doing Saturday shit, you know, because I kind of came out of nowhere. So I was just in the lab, just laid out. Fuck. And I'm just waiting for my daughter to be ready to go. You know, let me know when you're ready to go. You know what I mean? Like,
come on now.
And then she's like, okay, well, 5 o'clock is cool. And I'm like, it's 10 o'clock right now. I'm like, fine, that's fine. Had some pizza in the lab, so I just get up, warm her pizza up. Yeah, lay back on the little couch, wounded. Like, damn it, I'm so old now.
Oh, my mom.
I'm fucking old. Stayed up all night drinking tequila for no real reason outside of like the best reason, because I haven't seen some of these guys in forever when I used to see them like every other day. You know what I mean? It's always a celebration when you see your loved ones, period.
Them is facts.
You know what I mean? Where's that story at? And then it's funny because they're all checking on me. You all right in there? Yeah, I'm all right. You know, even though I want to be like, I'm wounded. But then with my girl, you all right in there? No, I'm fucking hurt. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be vulnerable to my girl. Because the rest of like, you can be all right in there, bro. So I was like, hey, someone come in and work with me. Let's work. I'm in town. Come on. Plus, most of them, the other ones was wounded from just drinking with me all night. So I kind of did that.
The Wounded Warrior Project. Oh, my mama had a damn good time. Oh,
yeah, hell yeah. You know what I mean? It's November. You know what I mean? I always, you know, my birthday's at the end of the month. I always top this month off. And my girl's like, what do you want to do? She says, let's go to Vegas. I'm like, all right, whatever. Even though that's probably not going to happen because I kind of don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Like, but she's like, you know, it's more like, hey, let's go to Vegas for a night.
I've been there,
really
done.
Gambler.
I've been there, done that already. This year.
Yeah, like, oh, you want to go and you want to go shopping and you want to go like eat everywhere and like that's cool. I want to go get loaded. You know what I mean? And then you know what I mean. So yeah, it's kind of best of both worlds, right? But I really could just say let's say we did and didn't. You know what I mean? Type of shit because I don't want to spend no money.
Come on now.
You know what I mean? And what's mine is hers. Hers is mine. All this shit, vice versa, whatever the fuck. What's mine is hers.
Hey,
I just say it right. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? I don't even want her to spend bread. Like, nah, yeah.
Come on,
but
now.
I am gonna get one of these. I'm thinking about getting a projector, right? I am gonna get this. I was already looking at this, right? Give me a projector for the backyard. And like I've been looking, but I need to look at some reviews. I've been looking at these inflatable joints, but I just want to get like one. I just get like a thing, drop the screen down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts. Be
Right.
out there on Sundays, bro. Oh, everything.
Cause my backyard's coming together now. You know what I mean?
Federal, bro. Oh my mom.
Right. You didn't see it when it was the jungle. It was dirt first.
Whole world, my G. Oh my mama.
Yeah.
Hey,
you
look,
know, slowly but surely.
Come on, now one day at a time. You know, that's my motto. On my mama. Hey, I found that story about the beer can. So it wasn't in Australia. It was Australian beer that came over here.
Ooh, Australia is one of them jump offs.
Yeah, no, for sure. Remember, we've been doing the motherfucking submarines in Australia, bro.
And for years, I wondered because remember I told you I had 6 degrees of separation. One of my best friends' brother, he got popped into Australia doing some wild shit. You know what I mean? And I was wondering how the fuck do they get over it? Motherfucking submarines for real, bro.
Cold world.
That shit is a cold world.
Watch this story though, y'all.
An Auckland man's death from drinking liquid meth camouflaged as Canadian beer is highlighting this country's role in fueling a surge in meth use in New Zealand.
Whoa.
He was screaming out, I want my mom. I want my mom. I'm dying.
So that's Billy Sagala, and he's describing what happened when his 21-year-old brother-in-law, Aiden, took a sip of what he thought was a can of Canadian beer. This is back in March 2023. Well, instead, the can that was gifted to him by his boss was filled with liquid meth imported from Canada. And Aiden died tragically 5 days later. For more on the Canadian connection in this story, we're joined by Avery Hames, host and managing editor of W5. Welcome back to the studio.
Thank you.
This is a wild story. And when you tell me that there were things in this story that you learned, I pay attention.
I learned every step along this way, and I was tipped off to Aiden Sagala's story and the Canadian connection. And then I started digging into it. And this realization that Canada is the #1 exporter of meth to New Zealand blew me away. I had no idea. We hear so much about fentanyl going to the United States. We don't hear about our role in what is a devastating crisis in New Zealand. Meth use has doubled in the past year. And doubled in the past. They do wastewater testing there, so they have a really good clue of what's going on with meth use. It has doubled. There's not a community that has not been affected by meth.
Wow.
And Canada, criminals in Canada are supplying that meth.
Well, let's talk about how it's disguised and how it gets.
Real quick, you know what's in Canada? Fucking nothing. Like how you said there'll be motherfuckers in the jungle or some shit, bro. They would just be in the wilderness with fucking entire labs, bro. I never thought of Canada, but it's like, damn, Canada got hella rural areas where they could be just tucked off, mass producing shit.
And you know what else too, though, bro, about the meth? What's the shit that China produces that is part of the meth? I forgot. So look, bro.
Well, China's one of the biggest producers of fentanyl, and then Mexico is one of the biggest like distributors, like allegedly.
So my point is that
they also whip it up themselves too.
Well, so my point is that here in America, the shit that come from China, bro, they export shit in Canada and Mexico is way different in America. So like how they talking about it's an epidemic out here, motherfucking your motherfucking trade negotiations with them other motherfucking countries ain't like how it is here 100%. That's why the shit gets smuggled here already cooked up and shit like that. You motherfuckers is the ones that's bringing this shit in because of your fucking laws. 100%.
That's a fact.
Let's get back
you know when you war, there's many ways to war.
Oh,
you know, you could like for example, propaganda, right? This is like another form of like chemical warfare, so to speak. Drug use. Like, all right, start creating these epidemics in these certain areas of the world, and then we could capitalize, off of X, Y, Z and the third. You feel me?
Remember we did the story where they said that China on the motherfucking solar panels or some shit.
Yeah, they had to listen in woo-wops.
Is there, bro?
They was just listening in for years and years because they were the only sole providers at the time, or the first ones of that type of technology. So then here we are. What's the word? You're licensing this company to build your shit. And then they're putting listening devices in this motherfucker and then for years and years collecting data. Hey, look, TikTok. Remember the whole conspiracy in the beginning with TikTok allegedly was like, oh, these motherfuckers, it's China and they're gonna get all your information and the kids and this and that and blah 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 that and that and a third. But like, it's not far fetched. Just think about the platforms in general. You know what I mean? I mean, look, we've done enough content, me and you. Right, that someone could probably figure out an AI show of like me and you. We'd be like, was that? I don't remember that show.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because we got so much basis out there for them to work with in that aspect, right? Because like, see, that's the thing with AI. I make music, right? So I know what it is to pull something out of thin air. See, AI isn't pulling things out of thin air. They're pulling out of a basis. You know what I mean? A database where, like, you know what I mean? There's different shits that were contributed to it to build this. Like, I mean, you know me, I get the super conspiracy theory with it. I seen how the movie goes. I seen Terminator 2, bro. You know what I mean? It's, you know what I mean? The AI eventually, I was like, okay, that was one thing that we was talking about in the lab. Yeah, shout out to my man, Nick Tree.
Shout out to
Nick
Nick
in the lab. He was like, look, that AI shit's hella crazy, bro. Make a beat like out of nowhere. I'm like, okay. He's like, yeah, but he's like, but the rules is, now, like, this is like, because the rules are ever changing. Like, say we wanted to do like Lil Wayne had some joint on his last album. Cameron had some joint on his last album where they, it's straight AI beat, but they rapped over it original, right? But there's something contributed to the beat that's that's created by somebody. Then the AI builds the rest. So that's like so it's like, say if I go, hey, I want a 1970s sounding funk beat, but with a modern day trap bounce, and I'm gonna play some Rhodes keyboards over it, right? And then so boom, it gives me that beat, and then then I play the Rhodes keyboards over it. Now this is mine. You know what I mean? So you can't just have it be 100% AI. Same thing with our YouTube shit. That was part of that June 15 shit when I started looking into it. It's like, say all of a sudden we start doing like intros with complete AI music and complete AI generated footage, right? YouTube will flag that now.
Is that right?
Yeah, they'll be like, fuck that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
completely not original.
Right.
To whatever AI or whatever done it. You get what I'm saying? So, and mind you, until it becomes a repetitive thing, then they'll flag you, right? Like how we noticed with my songs that are original.
Yeah, they don't want you making money like that.
Yeah.
My mama, they miss facts. Bong said, now no one is allowed in the house. Haven't had a friend inside for 11 years plus. 100%. Big
That's a fact.
That's just like you can't have everybody in your motherfucking car. 100%. Them days is, they've been over with. Riding around, like, no, bro. You know what I mean? Like how Bo said before, plenty of times when a motherfucker get pulled over, they gonna ask you for your license and all that bullshit, and then they're gonna ask you if you're on parole or probation or anyone in this in your car. And if you give that yes answer, everybody's coming inside the car, and they're gonna run through that bitch. And you, not pause, not figuratively.
Hey, look at this. I had this one joint when I was going through the unreleased, like all like straight original beats, no samples. I found this joint, right? But I said, barely alone, buried by myself, but I get it on my own. I don't need nobody help. Laughing at you ear hustlers on the sideline with your question asking. I tell them, go fuck yourself. I don't never talk, not even amongst myself. I'm scot-free, got me confused with somebody else. I'm getting high, before we hit the road. Can't be smoking in the whip when you transporting the load. Can't be rolling with the homie if I know he hot. Doing dumbass shit like that, get you popped. I don't even stunt hard because I ain't trying to get watched. Well, that's at least until my rap career takes off scot-free. What is that? Scot-free, I'll never take a day off. What is that? Never take a day off. But anyways, I'm always spitting some real game there. You just reminded me of that. Cause like, listen, hey bro, you hot. Like the homie get out. Oh yeah, we celebrating and shit. Then he's trying to hit us up to kick it. Nah, bro, you just kick it right there. You know what I mean? You just say over all the way over. You hot.
Right. Or we just don't, you know what I mean? We can't ride with nothing.
No, fuck no. Yeah, we'll go out later.
Oh, everything.
We'll go out and have some fun later.
It's a cold world out here.
Yeah, we're working out here. You hot. You stay over there.
Oh, my mama.
You know what I mean?
Cold world.
Can't be rolling with the homies. Let's do dumbass shit, man. Get you popped.
Cold
I ain't
world.
even trying to stunt hard because I ain't trying to get watched.
Facts, 100%, bro.
You know what I mean? You're not supposed to have anyone knowing what you're doing. That's why the motherfuckers be in the little rural areas of the whole. Look at Bakes. He said like this. Hit that side of town for 40 years has been going yay, right? That's the first time I ever heard about that shit. Isn't that crazy?
Right.
Because something can just be right under your nose. And look at how big Cali is too. It's like an up and down Cali. And the fact that we're like that close to Mexico, or you know what I mean? And you know what I'm saying? So it's just, you know what I mean? It's part of that underworld, bro. You know what I mean?
Not even Mexican, that freeway, that 5, it take you
that 5. Yeah, you ain't lying, that I-5.
And it'll take you all the way to Canada. 100%.
All the way.
Like, look.
To where apparently they are the leading distribution.
Come on now.
Epidemic in New Zealand.
Hey, damn good.
Insane.
Damn good segue. Let's finish this thing up.
Yeah.
There. So you spoke with, we saw this, Billy, Aiden's brother-in-law, who was with him when he took that fatal sip. It was disguised as Honey Bear beer, so a fake brand. How did that lead to, so this is how they're smuggling it, I'm assuming, right? In cans like this?
So this is what's extraordinary. In our investigation, we really tried to reverse engineer the shipment of that beer, which, as you say, doesn't exist. And what we've been able to learn is that somebody in Toronto purchased 29,000 cans of aluminum cans, made those fake labels. They filled the bulk of those cans with real beer. And then they filled about 1,500, 2,000 of those cans with liquid meth, and they shipped it, and it was undetected. The only reason this was discovered was because of Aiden's tragic death. In the storage unit, you showed some images from that storage unit when police raided it after Aiden's death. They found all of these beers, and what they were doing there was they were taking the liquid, removing it, and then crystallizing it for sale in the New Zealand market.
Right.
The manager, one of Aiden's boss rather, was giving away what he thought was real beer. And Aiden took one gulp and then died 5 days later.
So obviously New Zealand probes this death. They found this warehouse, as you mentioned, and we saw there. It becomes the site of the largest meth bust in that country's history. And so you've talked about how Canada is the #1 shipper to New Zealand. What does that do for our relationship now with this country and anything that's coming into the country from Canada?
I had really extraordinary access to speaking to the top organized crime investigators, top customs folks in New Zealand. We are a Five Eyes country, or Five Eyes countries. Getting them to acknowledge their frustration on the record was difficult. They talked about great relationships, but the reality is a lot of meth is getting through. And there's a series of massive busts that have been made. One in maple syrup, which was a real brand. Criminals in Canada purchased thousands of cans of maple syrup and filled some of them with meth. One was in canola oil. Canadian officials stopped 6 tons of canola oil, 6 tons, Anne-Marie, of canola oil from getting to New Zealand and Australia. They've put fake meth in and managed to watch it as it went along its way there.
So why Canada? What makes us so prolific at sending out meth? And when you're talking about quantities that big, those are big labs. How are they going undetected?
Massive labs. Canada is seen as a place of vulnerability. And what we know from from tracking shipping records is that it's a combination of factors. It's cartels in Mexico shipping meth up to the United States into Canada and then sending it across. It's meth coming from the United States into Canada and then across. And we are also a major producer of meth in this country. In the last 2 years, the RCMP has busted 8 or 9 massive meth labs. There was one in Falkland, British Columbia, that was a university level lab. They were creating new drugs, but they were also creating meth for the New Zealand, Australia market.
So where's our responsibility? What's our government's response to this?
That's so cute. Well, that's my big thing. Like, what are we doing about it?
Yeah.
You know, there's a young man who's died. A lot of people are suffering in New Zealand and in Australia because of meth that's coming here. The reality is, and I understand this, customs is more interested in every country with what's coming into our country than what's leaving. We know that. And
criminals know that.
And criminals know that as well. So it's sort of on each country to stop whatever's coming in. This documentary that airs on Saturday night really is exploring what is Canada's responsibility to investigate once there has been a meth. So when 700...
That's heavy.
That's a cold word. I got the countries mixed up, y'all. But yeah, that shit is heavy, big bro. Whole world, dog.
Yeah, bro. But yeah, man, you already know. OJ and a blunt for breakfast. You know what I mean? We hitting y'all right back with the Monday Nighter. You feel me? For all you Monday Night Miracles, we should have a good game, right? Eagles and Packers.
Hell yeah, bro. What is these? Is they both? No, I don't know if the Green Bay is first in the division with Detroit over there, but yeah, they damn near.
The NFC North has been fun because it teeters back and forth.
And you got Chicago coming up as well, too. Chicago might got something to say. So, yeah, Green Bay need this game. Motherfucking Eagles need to go ahead and put the critics to sleep about how the critics want them to play football, but yet they only got, 2 losses on they on their record. So, yeah, I'm damn excited to watch this shit, bro. I need some Monday Night Miracles in this motherfucker. 100%. So, yeah, I got a lot of ties to this game.
Yeah, right. So you already know we'll be right back at y'all. You know what I mean? Everybody be safe. Don't do drugs.
100%, bro. Them is facts. I can't say nothing else, man. See you later. In a minute, y'all.
Peace.
Gang.